Alright, good evening, everybody. It is Tuesday, November 28th, 2023, here at PreciseAlgorithmTrading.com. And let's start with our automated trading systems. So, this is the Dow futures, and it's the modified version. We just recently modified, and it's really interesting to me that today it did not trade. So, it just didn't execute a trade. Today's the 28th. The last trade executed was yesterday. And we had a series of trades yesterday that we talked about in yesterday's video. So, waiting for that one to fire. Uh, this is the Russell, and I think that was one negative trade today. So we had that one. And yeah, if you don't watch this very much, there's a lot of red on this these results, but it's the wins that overtake the losses over time. So, and then this is the Nasdaq, and it's been coming back up again, which is nice. And today we had this series of trades, so that was a nice up day. Actually makes up for the losses or the loss in the other system as well. So that's the key to diversifying our systems. All right, let's flip to Thinkorswim. This is the S&P 500 E-mini futures contract. This is the daily in the middle, the hourly on the right, and the weekly on the left. And you can see the overnight action is painted over here. So it's actually going up right now overnight. But I think a cleaner chart to look at is the SPX, because it does away with the overnight action. Not that the overnight action isn't valuable, but yes, sometimes it gets you in trouble actually if you give it too much weight. Um, I'm still thinking this thing's going to tag this 52-week high, that white line up there at the top, before we get a significant pullback. But in the same breath, I have a short position on for the spiders that literally, if it gets above this pivot right here, which is going to be the same pivot in spiders, SPY, if it gets above that pivot right there, my short position will stop out. My longs will continue to work, and yeah, that's it. But if this thing actually would pull back from here, then my short position will take over, and uh, my longs will suffer, and that's what a hedge is. So anyway, go back to the S&P, and this thing's just been cranking higher, and it is above the third average true range, which is the ATR line here, um, which is also a Keltner channel for what it's worth. Uh, so this thing's been walking above the third ATR for a while, and it actually gapped higher up to there. So I'd say when this thing gets done, eh, who knows what it's really going to do. Because if you look back here in history, when it walks up against those lines or above those lines, even here, it pulls back, and that wasn't terrible. I mean, then it rallied from there for a little bit before it really went down. So, a pullback to the mean is what we're expecting, and anything deeper than that, if we get to the other side of this channel, the three ATRs to the downside, then maybe we'll be in for something worse, but we'll just continue to monitor this thing day to day. So let's go back to here, and the Dow, it was up 83 points today. Same thing, but it's getting really close to that 52-week high. The Russell pulled back a little bit today. So we'll keep an eye on the Russell. The transports, similar to the Russell, and the Nasdaq is the one that's just continually going higher. So again, it's got the 52-week high right there. So yeah, that's what's shaken out, or appears to be anyway. Oil, what did we do today? Oil's been pulling back hard lately. Although I did read somebody's analysis today that this is potentially bottoming, and I don't know that I would jump on board for any kind of a bottoming position here, but their analysis was more fundamental than it was technical. So unless we get a cross above these lines and they start turning green or something like that, I mean it's starting to happen over here on the hourly, but we know this can pull right back hard into this zone, while this one still continues to go more or less sideways. So you know the end of the month's coming, and maybe we should be watching for the our Harvard lines here for a potential play. But right now, I don't see any real potential play to make, unless you were just trying to bottom feed and you put a really short stop on there, and then you're just taking chances. So, um, and then let's finish up with our bullish percent indexes at stockcharts.com. Here's the industrials. They didn't move. The NYA moved a little bit, 0.16%. Transportation index flipped over to a column of O's, and I would call that a potential canary in a coal mine. This is what we're expecting to see on the other charts eventually here. The NASDAQ down 0.01, which is nothing. The SPX down 0.32%. The OEX down 1.59%. And the NDX 1.41% negative. So if you noticed in the last few days, the transportation index actually fell 12.5 points, or I think it was percent, and then it fell another 12.5%, and then today it's down over 14%, and that's what made the rollover happen. So we're looking for something that we start to see these numbers, this minus 1.41%, turn into like minus 2.5 or 3%, and this takes a 6% change. Each one of these is 2%. These boxes, it takes a 3-box reversal, which is all talked about down here, and you can look up more stuff on it inside this software, inside the website itself. And this is actually, you can trade off of stocks with point and figure charts. There's a whole nother system to that I'm not teaching. So anyways, that's what I got for you for tonight. I hope it helps, and it might be a little bit sporadic over the next couple days. I'm going to be doing some traveling, but I'll try to get at least a quick video posted. And until I talk to you later, good luck trading. Hope all the odds are in your favor, and keep your stops reasonable. Take care.